Let's move on to race number 6 now. And this is the final leg of the TT. If you've got this far, you have a guaranteed consolation. And with a name like the Mount Davis Handicap, what could possibly go wrong? Touch of Luck heads the weights.
This is your favourite race of the year.
Play-wise, Good Fit. Favourite for some, Tom, not for me. Amazing Chocolate Enfolding Grand Harbour. Should we do that again? Let's move over the page. Razor Quest. Bring it on, Casemiro. Promise Kept. Here's this one's for you. Paul has seen this trial from this horse and cannot believe how well it's gone. Good Runner's Way, of course, has already won this season. Now for the Mount Davis, Play-wise and Bring It On have both been up at Chunfar. Sorry, I have to keep mentioning it a few times. Right,
get your money's
speed for the Mount Davis, Tom.
Grand Harbour, the old boy will go forward here, and he'll be up there with Play-wise, who was trialling up at Chunfar recently. Casemiro behind them, he's still a maiden from 13 starts. He had the trail last time, it couldn't go on. Aldo De Meyer takes the ride here on Touch of Luck, and Gate 8 looks to be a little bit awkward for him this time round. Does Touch of Luck from that wider stall.
So famous, they named a mountain after him. Here's Good Fit, the first one.
I think it's a pimple, isn't it?
He's under a really good hold here. It's a very posh area too. He's under a good hold, Good Fit, as he comes down and he goes nicely, does Good Fit. We know he loves the surface. Casemiro, he's looked at different horses this season. He's really found his niche here, and his last, or 2 runs ago in particular, behind Sunshine Warrior was very good. Coming onto this surface is Casemiro, doing it under a hold. And this one's for you. I made him the horse to follow and made him the long shot on debut this season. He ran okay, and then he's come out and trialled really well, as Brett mentioned, and he looks good. He looks tough to beat. I think he's going really well, this horse.
Yeah, he's a very interesting runner, no doubt about that. We're going to start with Enfolding, and he's been racing really well. Second, third, second. And he's run into Dealmaker a couple of times. I think this is a race for him. It's perfect. The visor goes on. I think he'll start the favourite too. Yeah,
I think he will. Could be a case of taking the first 2 races and the all-up there with Casper, with Let's Come Back into Enfolding here. Zach riding, made ground from the rear. It was a good run, actually, considering the general pattern of the day, where they weren't making too much ground to the back. He might have been a slight exception there because he was making some.
Yeah, visor went on him as well, as going on him for this start as well. So, yeah, he's definitely a chance.
Promise Kept from the Tony Millard yard, and Grand Harbour. Well, Grand Harbour will appreciate going to the longer trip. It'll give him more time to secure the lead if possible, and we know that could be a positive for runners on the dirt. And Promise Kept steps from the 12 up to the 1650.
Which I think's ideal for him. He's had the 2 starts, or he's had 1 start this season, on the surface over 1200. He hit the line nicely here. See him, that's him coming down in the red over the 1200. 1650 looks ideal for him, so I've got him in. I think he's a good chance.
Certainly do as well. Made good ground down the outside part of the track there, and just tends to do that, gets back and runs on strongly.
All right, well, let's go to Keith Young now. We have seen This One's For You trial particularly well leading into this race, but he wasn't going overly well last season.
Didn't show much last season, but then after the summer he's definitely improved. So, and he's been doing well in the trial. So, horse has improved, and I think he liked the surface.
So you're confident going on to the surface, because as you say, with that trial, since his last run, he looked like he was full of running over the concluding stages.
Yes, it did. We always thought that he's a miler, so the distance would suit him, and the surface, like. He had like his last 3 trials on the dirt, he performed really well, so I think he'll do well this time.
You've ridden him, as I say, in a trial, also a gallop recently. From that first run, is he a fitter horse heading into Sunday?
Yes, at his first one he was still feeling a little bit heavy, but then after he came back from his first one, his fitness definitely improved.
And what about the gate?
It's not ideal, but then it's got a little bit of pace in this race, so hopefully they can go fast enough and I can just slot him in and find him a good posse.
All right, it was a nice trial. He's not far away from a drop in grade. Do we put him in, Paul?
Yeah, I've got him. I've got it, and I made him the long job horse to follow, and now he's come out and trialled well. So I think I've got him on top. I think he'll run well.
All right, you'll get a decent price about him too. We'll look at Play-wise before we get the full set of selections. He won at the end of last season at the Valley, defeating Starlit Night. He's had 2 goes on the all-weather so far and hasn't troubled the judge. What do we make of his trial leading in?
I thought the trial was okay. This going back to the 27th of the 9th, over 1,200 metres on the turf up there at Chung Fei. He's sort of been held together in this trial. You look at his form, his winning in place form's basically come at Happy Valley. So I'm not really sure what to expect here on the all-weather because we have seen him to best effect there.
All right, and Grand Harbour, we know he loves the all-weather, and we probably think potentially the 1650 is better for him. You look at the overall winning scenario, gives him a little more time to secure the lead, and that's where he likes to be.
Yeah, blinkers have come off, the hood goes on him. He'll get his chance again from barrier 3. He's a 9-year-old now, the old boy Grand Harbour, but he's been a good servant.
Absolutely.
I just wonder if play-wise will take him on and just make it a bit harder for him.
He's so durable, isn't he? And he's trialled well.
Yeah.
Start number, what is it? 88 for him. He's won 6 and had 26 minor placings.
7.7 million in the bank.
You'd like to own one like him, that's for sure. Paul, the tips?
Yeah, I'm going to go with this one's for you. I did like the way he had been working leading into his debut run, and then he's come out and trialled really well since. Coming onto the surface, I'll go with him. Even from his wide draw, I think he'll let the pace go. The 10, Promise kept up to 1650, looks ideal for him, and Folding's very consistent. I'd put good run his way, and he ran 3rd in Class 4, and he comes in with a lightweight, Joe Moreira board as well, and I think he's up to winning a race here at the bottom of Class 4. 11, 10, 5, 12.
5 on top for me in Folding. I think it was all very good for him last start, considering the general pattern of the way the races were being run and won on the all-weather last time out for him. So I'm going to go with him. 5 on top to beat 10, Promise kept, get back, run on. If it's a trend of being up on the pace, that just might not quite suit him this time round. This one's for you, and a touch of luck. So 5, 10, 11 and 1.
Yeah, 14 starts for him Folding. Hasn't won one yet, but I think this potentially is his race, so I'm happy to go with him. We'll take a break here on racing to when we come back, race 7, which is our feature, the Cup race of the day.